after having sold the company with more money than I'd ever seen in my life in my bank account was the day I actually lost a lot of purpose in my life. I woke up and I'm like, now what? Born and raised in a very entrepreneurial environment, yeah? And I never really, as a young kid, never really kind of thought too much of it. But always had ideas, always was sort of like trying to commercialize stuff. And my dad was a raging entrepreneur. Dropped out of school in year 10 and went on to build a global behemoth of a business. And I remember as a kid, my mum put all my dad's accolades and all my dad's awards on the walls. Put our youngest child photo all the way up to, high school. Every school photo every year in columns for my sisters and I. And I think subliminally, as I would cross from my bedroom to the bathroom on a daily basis, I would kind of see my dad's awards. And I feel like that kind of washed over me time and time again. This is all in hindsight, right? I grew up in Bondi. I went to school. It was a high performing school, but I never felt like I belonged. Fast forward, dropped out of university, was studying podiatry, but was also doing some personal training. And then one summer I met this incredible girl whose name was Simone, or his name is Simone. And we had a summer fling that's lasted this year 18 years. And I bought Simone a dog whose name was Subi. And Subi needed to go to the toilet at the most inconvenient of times. And the eureka moment for me was when Sim came to my one-bedroom apartment and said, "Tobes, we just need a patch of backyard on the balcony." And that was the start. I've got this cool idea to create a patch of grass, which turned into a product called Petlu, and scaled that business from a $20,000 loan into just shy of 10 million in annual revenue sold globally. Ended up in Los Angeles and scaled that business. We were doing business with Petco, PetSmart, SkyMall, Amazon. Frontgate was a big customer. These are multi-billion-dollar organizations that I would rock up into with my product, and they would be like, "Yeah, this is awesome." And they would put it on their shelves at scale. And I ended up successfully exiting that business to a phenomenal company out of Knoxville, Tennessee called PetSafe. And the Petlu has gone on to smash it from there. And I thought I'd made it at that stage. And in reality, I didn't enjoy sitting in a tower pressing buttons on a keyboard. I moved my North American headquarters out of my spare bedroom and into a co-working space. But it was the environment, it was the people that I was surrounded by that really elevated my game. So fast forward, after multiple exits in the United States, I came home and had a reflection. And a reflection for me was, I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to be on the journey, crushing it from a profit and loss perspective, but actually be really isolated, lonely. I want to build my own version of the experience for the Australian people, to give people that kind of have purpose, but don't have the support, the infrastructure, the know-how, the line of sight and the vision to go and execute. I want to build my own version of that, which I dubbed Creative Cubes Co. And I tipped every cent that I've won from the hustles and the exits into this venture. And so starting the company and having a vision for what it would look like in 7 to 10 years' time was always a high focus for us. What COVID's done is absolutely nailed commercial real estate. Like ripped trees that were in the ground for hundreds, if not thousands of years, i.e. the traditional lease, out of the ground, gone, like it never existed. And more companies have been forced to send their staff home or forced to close down their office space. So the vision that we had for the future of work in 7 to 10 years' time is actually right now, yeah? Because more and more people cannot work from home. more and more people work from home, and it was a bit of a novelty until it's been the same thing for 250 days, you know? And so when COVID hit, sure, like any business, we got absolutely smashed. But we never lost sight of our purpose. We have never lost sight of why we exist. And we've never lost sight of what's happening to our competitors. And our competitors are not other co-working operators and flex operating spaces. Our competitors are the traditional leases. The corporate peacocking on Collins Street, where we have this massive big office. No one cares about that anymore. People don't even want to come into the office. They want to work local, live local. And our vision has always been about not only delivering happiness and making sure that that person from another company, when they come to our property, has an amazing experience, but our focus has always been, work is as an entrepreneur, there's no on-off switch, it's on, yeah? And so I want this to be a lifestyle more so than a 9 to 5, or I'm going to work and I'm coming home, or thank God it's the weekend. I hate Fridays. I love Mondays. We're here, you know, most people work a 40-hour week. We don't want that to be 40 hours of dread. We want that to be 40 hours of amazing and personal growth and reflection, and that's why we're here, man. I visualize myself probably 10 hours a day standing at the free throw line on a basketball court with going through the motions, so going through the process, and seeing a guy out to my left or a girl out to my left going, hey, idiot, look over here, or trying to put me off my shot, right? That's COVID for me. Some guy standing behind the basket trying to put me off, yeah? We have never stood anyone down in the 240 days, ever, right? Yes, they've jumped on government payments, yes, they're this, but we've topped them up, we've helped them out. Yeah, we've done whatever we could to enable them to be as cushioned as possible, and take that very seriously. So it's not about bank balance, because that bank balance is dwindling down. Yeah, the idea of standing still because we're in COVID is not real. This is more of an opportunity than it is to stand still or lie down, yeah, or get some rest or reflect. This is my time as an entrepreneur to work, prepare, and come out of this like all guns blazing. And we're ready. Let's go, baby.